Rioting is never peaceful. It is the intentional destruction of property for sending a message, like a Disney star defiling a dunk champion. And by that definition, I agree, it seems wrong. And I know what you're thinking. Why can't they just protest peacefully? And the answer is, they did. They protested when Terrence Crutcher was killed, but the cops are still acquitted. And after Samuel Du Bois was killed, but the case was dismissed. And if you've never heard of these people, it's because their peaceful protests never hit your Peloton. So, if you've exhausted every option of peaceful protest for decades, and the prosecution of police still hasn't changed, what would you do? What options do you have left? How long would you go on being ignored? 1 year? 10 years? 60 years? I lose my mind when I'm left on red for 10 minutes. And look, mob justice is not justice. It benefits nobody, not even the mob. But in the face of perpetual injustice, it's inevitable. But Andrew, the cops kill white people too and get away with it. And you're okay with that? Police reform doesn't just benefit black people. When Tony Timpa and Daniel Shaver were killed, you should have been out there protesting too, but instead you and the rest of the methamphetamines were plotting to kidnap Midwestern Maleficent. Jesus, you guys are more inbred than the body of Christ. So how do we reform the police? Should we listen to the Chaz nerds chanting to abolish all cops? I mean, it worked out pretty well for them. Their city looks like a Targaryen training camp. These baristas for Bernie wanted a Bolshevik block party, declared 6 blocks of Seattle a cop-free zone, and even tried farming without Mexicans. What happened next? They immediately racked up the state's highest body count since the Spokanes got the sniffles. So, like a Chaz grad, that doesn't work. What else can we do? What about defunding the police? Well, that's a little trickier. Sure, it's the worst marketing campaign since Pepsi solved racism with soda, but when they say defund the police, they don't actually mean take away all their funding. What they're trying to say is that the money should be reallocated to better service our communities, like creating specialized task forces so cops aren't doing jobs they never signed up to do in the first place. So in other words, restructure the police. See, was that hard? Jesus Christ, you guys have the communication skills of Dale. Yeah, I watched The Bachelorette.